The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the June 12th, terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that, it's to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find a gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, but more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, no problem. We've got you covered there. You can always let those fingers do the walking. Just send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, inside the Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow trading out at 25,329. That's up 7 points. S&P is up 5 points, traded out at 27.87. NASDAQ 100 up 41 points. That's up nearly 0.6%. 72.09 is the print. Russell up 10%. That's 0.6% to the upside. Semis are up nearly 0.6%. That's 8 points. Trannies are up. Spot volatility index down at a quarter. No big deal. Trade out at 12.10. Gold's off about $3. Silver 4 pennies. Light sweet crude up 34 cents out there. Leading the charge, and I do mean charge, it is Restoration Hardware. $41, that's 34%. Sage Therapeutics up $25, 17%. Tesla up 7%, 22 buckaroonies, trading out at $354. Vail Resorts, we looked at that, I think, last week, had another nice day out here, up nearly $10, 3.5%. To the downside, it is the tree, lending tree. It's being chopped. George Washington chopping down a lending tree, down 4%. That's $11 and change. Stryker Corp down 5.50, or a little over 3%. Enantha Pharmaceuticals down about $6. Raytheon up 5. Northrop Grumman down about 4. So we do have things to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. The first request is if we could go take a look at Brent crude contract out here for August. So let's switch over. Take a look at our 4 different time frames out here. Of course, we could use any time frames we want, but the 4 that pop up on our screen with regard to our TAS market profiles are the 60, the 240. So 60 is going to be on the left panel. Then next to that, it's going to be the 4-hour time frame. Next to that's going to be the daily. Next to that is going to be the weekly time frame. So here's what we know. It's kind of a perplexing chart in taking a look at profiles out here. But let's just start left to right. Left to right, I'm sorry, let's start right to left out here. I knew what I meant. I knew what my eyes were saying. It's just my lips were moving in a different direction. And from right to left, I want to start with the larger time frame, weekly, then daily, 240, 60, and so forth. So from a weekly perspective, you have a new profile that formed last week out here. The center line of that profile, 76.38, kind of in the center, slightly elevated, slightly closer to the top, but almost not enough to say whether bulls or bears are the ones that are most that are in charge of this area. By the way, the area would be 80.50 down to 70.88. We're trading right now at 76.35. The center of the box is 76.38. Is that telling us something? It is. It's trading right where both buyers and sellers are just sitting and believe that there's fair value out here. So it is sitting at a very comfortable spot on a longer term basis out here. If it moves to the upside, well, then you'd be looking at the daily profile. That's where I would first turn my head. That's going to be panel number 2 from the right. And you'll see that its profile, which formed about 4 days ago, really is also very balanced. The center line is pretty much in the center at 76.49, the top 78.09, the bottom is 74.35. It, too, is sitting at where price is most comfortable for buyers and sellers from a daily time frame. Move one chart over to the left. You're at the 4-hour time frame chart. Price sitting at 76.35, the center of the box 76.28. This one is a yawner. Yeah, it's just a yawner, at least on those 3 time frames. If things move to the upside, it's as if the 4-hour time frame chart is doing a pretty good job of containing price. So the range that Brent crude is trading in is between 76.72 and 75.64 out there. It'll have to break one of those levels to the upside or to the downside to then bring into play the daily profiles of either 78.09 or 74.35 out there. So question, SR and Brent Weekly, big bull run. Yes, now 3 weeks down. You and I know Marty's rule of reaction. Yep, 2 or 3 time periods is the 3-week Brent decline only reaction. You mean a knee-jerk reaction down there. Does he call it a knee-jerk? I don't think so. He calls it a reaction low or something like that. So in answering that question that was posed to me, and here's really the question. Come take a look at the weekly time frame chart. You can see it made a high just a couple of weeks ago. And what our Danner, Mr. Z inside the Tiger Center is referring to Martin Armstrong. And he takes a look at declines of 2 or 3. It doesn't matter whether it's weekly chart, daily chart, so forth. In this case, here, a weekly chart. And that the decline is nothing more than just kind of a knee-jerk reaction, some kind of reaction low, in essence, is what the question is all about. Well, then we go, let's assume that that is the case. How do we prove that? And the easiest way to prove that is to come over to a shorter-term time frame chart out here. And the shorter-term time frame chart, you see what I see, which is basically higher lows at this stage out here. So if that is the case, this is the 60-minute time frame chart, really you shouldn't see the low from about 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday get taken out somewhere around the 75-ish and change level. The exact number was 75.53 out there. There is an A to B equals CD that completed. So here was your Gartley sell pattern. Started out here at about the time frame of 7 o'clock on June the 5th. That was your A point. Your B point out here was at 2 in the morning on June 6th. Your retracement, your C point, was on June 6th at about 10 o'clock. It makes the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD pattern. That's all that was needed. And then what we've seen is a retracement. So you can see the A to B equals CD. That really set up the Gartley sell pattern. All Gartley patterns have potentially 5 different outcomes. If we go measure which outcome level the Brent crude is at right now, we can see from our A point, in essence, I'm going to grab pretty close to it, not going to worry about it being exactly right. What you can see is only made about a 50% retracement out here. So yes, Mr. Z, I can see what you are looking at out here. You'd like to see Brent get over 76.99. So, hey, we'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do.
Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary Power Law Vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. That was about 8 points to the downside. S&P is up 4. Just finish off the Brent crude, but in this case here, the light sweet crude, because I can't get Brent crude over on this platform just yet for some unknown reason. But here's what I would expect, assuming that things are the same and they're going to move in the same direction. We can see that in the case of light sweet crude, this is the July contract out here. What we can see is that on June 6th, it made one of those Tom DeMark TD set up 9 counts. Oftentimes when you get to 9, you see some change in movement, especially when bar 9 is traded into bar 6 or bar 5, which is exactly what we have here. So at this stage, what we've got, no, I understand it's rolling now. I just can't put up that contract right now, but let's just go ahead and utilize this with regard to the possible signal to be taking a look at. And so you did, with regard to light sweet crude, get a bottoming signal. You've got a profile that's been out here, set of profiles for about 3 or 4 days, just like in the case of Brent. And you can see the price oscillator at the bottom portion of our screen is down below 0. Here's what you should get. I'm assuming Brent is about the same way. I don't want to just assume it, but I'm going to assume it at this stage here, is that we're going to see a price of test and the oscillator and change line. So if light sweet crude is going to give you a signal, you should see light sweet crude still bounce up to 67.09. That's Stevie's red line. And if price can overtake that, then that moves back to short-term bullish, especially if price closes over the top of its box, which is 67.78 out there. So hopefully putting those two things together will assist you. Now let's go take a look at the markets. I didn't see any email requests, no other den requests out there. So let's go just take a tour around what's going on inside of the market. So we're going to look at the equity futures contracts. You've got the ES Mini in the lower left-hand side. Next to that is the NQ. You can see right now it is back up, testing its all-time high area from the trading session of March 13th. Hasn't closed above that level. That's 72.39.50. So it's really, it's testing it. We'll see if it can break above that level. Old resistance resistance, which it has been, would then become or should become new support. In the case of the ES Mini, looks like that's headed to the 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD level. That's 2803. Does not mean it stops there. That's just simply the next floor on the elevator using the lightning bolt A to B equals CD measuring tool system. Dude, that was a lot of words, but you know what I mean. In the case of the Dow Equity Futures contract, it's already been up to the 1 to 1.272 level, backed off just a tad. It's like taking it on an elevator. You get up, people get off, maybe it goes down the floor. In this case here, just doing that. If it can move above this 25,400 area, the exact number was 25,401.71, then it can make its way to the 25,927-ish area. And in the Russell 2000, up above a daily profile, this wants to head up to the 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD. Yesterday on the show, it was K, I believe, we were taking a look at the Russell 2000. And I said, do not be short the Russell 2000. In fact, quite frankly, we looked at all the indices. We could not find any reason whatsoever. We saw rising spot VIX. Well, other than that, we could not find a reason to be short. Be careful. Well, let's keep taking a look at why was Stevie saying that. If I take a look at the NQ out here, this is a 30-minute time frame chart for the NQ. This allows us to go ahead and take a look at how the NQ is trading in the major currencies. The U.S. dollar is on the left-hand side. The yellow line the yellow lines, in essence, are swing points. Once you get above one swing point, you typically go to the next one. So in the case of the NQ, we've already talked about how it's trying to get back into its highs out there. Inside the NQ priced in euros, it's already above a prior swing point. This prior swing point formed June 6th. Today is the 12th. It's trying to get to an all-time high level again. If you take a look at the NQ priced in yen, it had broken out above a prior swing point. It's off to its all-time high. And the same can be said for the NQ priced in pounds. This is a 30-minute time frame chart. There is not anything on these charts here to suggest that you should be short. Look, I cannot control what happens in the next minute. I can control what we see here, and what we see here is the global flow of capital coming into these instruments. Volume or not, if the flow of capital is coming in here, you've got to recognize what the person on the other side of some pond, whether it's the Pacific or the Atlantic or any sea, what they are looking at on their screen. They are trading these same vehicles out here. And when it shows breakout on their screen, they may not be taking a look at what these are priced in other currencies, but you have the global view. And the global view is muy importante. If we take a look at the ES Mini out here, you're going to see the same thing. The ES Mini priced in euros earlier, 30-minute chart, so this is during the last 30 minutes, went on to make a new all-time high out there. Priced in dollars, it's back up towards its swing point. Priced in yen, it's headed up towards that swing point as well. Money is flowing here also. Not wise to be short where the salmon release is. I don't even know what that means or where it came from, but you sort of get the picture out there. Here's the daily time frame chart for the ES Mini. You'd take a look at it. You'd look at the daily priced in dollars, and you'd say, yeah, this looks like a failure. You've got 3 lower highs out there. And I would say, yeah. But look at the ES Mini, the daily chart priced in euros. Panel number 2 from your left, new all-time high. How about in Great British pounds, new all-time high? You really think those traders are selling the ES Mini? Really? Really? Doesn't look like that on my screen. And inside the yen, you know, it's making its way back to its all-time high as well. Here's the S&P cash taking a look at its daily contract. So maybe you said, hey, Steve-O, I don't get the ES Mini like you do. Talk normal. take a look at the cash indice. Well, you'll see it here. New all-time highs for the S&P in euros, new all-time highs, today for the S&P priced in pounds. Those guys and gals and traders and trading desks out there, they're firing away. They are loving every single retracement that is coming into the market. Well, how about the NDX 100 out here? The NDX 100, depending on where it closes today, it's up above its prior swing point from back in March, so that's beautiful. Inside of euros, it's already did hit a new all-time high again today. Inside of yen, new all-time high today. Inside of Great British pounds, new all-time high today. Should you be shorting the NASDAQ 100? Not a chance, and you know what out there. And if you are, and I know who you are, because you send me those emails that go to my junk box all the time, please tell me that you just simply have a fortune to lose. Money is flowing into the NASDAQ, into the S&P 500. Heck, we haven't even looked at the Russell 2000. New all-time highs in all currencies as we speak right now. The global flow capital coming here to the US of A. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We can and we do take a look at that global flow of cash amongst commodities, amongst other indices across the world, because the one of the tricks to this is trying to identify where is that flow of capital going to. It's just simply understanding what the trader on the other side of the desk, who happens to be trading in euros, or the guy or gal who's trading in yen, or whoever's trading in pounds, right? They're looking at, in essence, a finite set of instruments out there. Maybe they're taking a look at the DAX. They're making a decision, such as this screen here. This happens to be the monthly time frame chart instead of the daily, just so you can have the bigger view. But let me ask you this, all right? You just got a job. You've learned all these techniques that you've been able to learn here at TFNN, and they've just threw a chunk of change into your account that you've got to manage, and they're saying you've got to put it to use. You can't sit by. You cannot. You're off the bench, okay? You're the cleanup hitter. Go clean up. Now, taking a look at this is the DAX. You can see price in dollars closed out at 12,842. You can see where it closed out in euros at 10,925. You can see right around there. You can see where the DAX is in yen. You can see where it is in pounds out here. Are you going to go by the DAX? Or are you going to go by the Russell 2000 or the NDX 100? That is breaking out in every single currency. That is having a party, very much like the Washington Capitals, that are just partying like there is no tomorrow. They haven't stopped partying since they won that cup out there. You tell me, where is it you're going to put that money to work? Because guess what? That is the real world of what's going on in investing out there. The money has to be put to work. And what you want to do is find out, where is that money being put to work out there? Okay, no questions yet. It's very quiet out there. So there was one question that came in earlier, which was somebody that was listening to Tom's segment that I did with Tom yesterday, that was asking if I could just touch on the new indicator that subscribers to Mastering Probability are now receiving out here. And yes, there's more, and it is the indicator that I call Bob. And in this case here, let me just type in a symbol. Just to give you a feel for how it works. Oops, not ASA, although we could do ASA. But I'm going to just go ahead and put in the symbol of Apple. So here we're going to take a look at Apple Computer. And now what subscribers are getting is they are getting a list of equity futures, commodity futures, oil, metals. They are seeing exactly what took place with regard to the ETF indices, the SPY, the Diamond, the Qs. They are seeing the Russell 2000. They're seeing all the sectors inside the S&P 500. And in an instant, and this morning we took a look at most of the equities inside of the mining sector, the GDX. I don't have access to the Canadian ones or some of the international ones, but for most of them, they got about 95% of them. And in a moment's notice, they know, based on different time frames, this chart here happens to show you the 30-minute time frame, the daily, the weekly, the monthly. And you'll see that it shows you what's the instrument, what's the description, what's the last price, what is, and I call this Bob. This is the Bob system out here. Why Bob? Because in a moment, the real question that you have, I'm sure, and there's a couple of them, but the real question you have when you call in the show, or you want me to give you a feel for what's going on, is it bullish or bearish? Therefore, Bob, the actual Bob system. In the case of Apple, if we're trading on a 30-minute, this is telling you that the decline or the bear market that it's in is over. Now, you have to know what that means, and everybody has a little guide. You know how you get a box of chocolates, and it tells you what that chocolate has inside there. Well, I've got a guide just like that. It's very easy. You go right to it. It tells you exactly what that means. Daily, it says that we are in a consolidation bullish area. You don't think the chart is showing correctly. It's not a chart. This is kind of like a little tool out there. So hopefully that is showing correctly. You'll see in one of the columns, you'll see the weekly outlook says strongest bull. And the monthly outlook, you'll see strongest bull. There is nothing stronger than the strongest bull. It shows you the different resistance levels, support levels, But what it also does, and this is really a cool thing, you know how important my Rhodes momentum divergent top and bottom pattern is, don't you? Yes, you do. And now I have developed a system that can go scan as many stocks as I want and identify those tops or bottoms. Now, we talked about the NDX 100. I said nobody would go short, right? Because money is coming in there. Well, individual stocks with inside there, this one says you've got a top confirmed inside of Apple. Now, I wouldn't have known it without having this indicator unless I was individually going through each and every stock. I know what to look for, but trying to go through each and every stock, each and every time frame, each and every ETF, each and every equity futures contract, that's a lot of work. I don't have that much time. But now I've got this little scanner, or subscribers have this scanner, right? Because I do that work for them. And what we knew as of the close on Friday was, okay, what's Apple doing here? Because you can see it put in that Rhodes momentum divergent top out there, right? And it did that. We had that little bearish engulfing candle on Friday. Price gaps down. I'm sorry, on Thursday. On Friday, price gaps down. But it gaps down where? To a level of support that was not taken out. The bottom of its bullish structured box. So Apple doesn't really turn bearish. You don't really sell it at this stage. If you were going to sell it, you do it at Stevie's red line, 193.56. That's where you would go ahead and fire away. Now that number's going to change, and the top of the box is 194.20. But really, you know that strong support. You know how we take a look at those profiles? We look at where that center line is in the box, and we say, is that closer to the top or the bottom? Whichever one is closer to, if it is closer to one of them, is either strong support or strong resistance out here. So you got the topping pattern. Price came right down to support, and it's held. Actually, that's kind of strong. If it closes below, it being Apple, 190.98, then where price will target is Stevie's little dots out here. And that's really at the low of May 23rd. That's at 185.76 out there. So yes, there's a topping signal. Important to know. But there's money that's flowing into the NQ, into the NASDAQ 100 out here. And so, is Apple going to, Apple could drag the markets lower. But Apple, and as much money as they have, just cannot compete with the money, the global money in the world out there. So that's a bit of Stevie's system out there. If you'd really like to see it in action, if you'd really like to start your day by knowing this is going to help individuals, clients, be able to manage their long-term portfolio. A lot of what it is we do, certainly during the show, we're taking a look at more shorter-term time frame stuff. I think the biggest benefit that I can be to my subscribers is to provide them with what I already do, so they get the short term, but really be able to assist them in managing their long-term funds, being able to rotate in and out sectors inside the S&P 500 and other balanced portfolios in areas that maybe they should not be balanced in. So come on over to the homepage at TFNN.com. Try the newsletter service, Mastering Probability. Next 30 days, you will enjoy it. I'm certain of that. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. No email requests out there. Very quiet. Everybody must have been up watching the old handshakes and things like that till the wee morning hours out there. So, but that's okay. I see inside the Tiger's Den here, John has said that wheat and corn have the potential to explode higher here for the next 5 weeks. Looks like the explosion has already begun. If you take a look at, it's at the December contract for wheat that you are taking a look at out there. I believe that it is, but if we take a look at the, no, it's not, which one, which contract, not December, November, February, March, okay. And, oh, you're looking at the, so give me a second here for the July contract. Let's go take a look at it. And as we put that up, we take a look at it. So in the case of, if you look at the, so here's what we know with regard to the July contract for wheat, its profile levels out here. And I'm just really focused right now on the daily. And the daily really kind of a beautiful set of patterns out here. If we take a look at it, look at the beautiful lower, higher lows that we have out there. Just had to think about what I was saying. And so that is beautiful. We can see that price here has done a pretty good job of holding the bottom of its box. And now looks like it's going to head up towards the top level. So you've got the perfect continuation of higher highs and higher lows out there. So that looks really good. You've got the Kansas City wheat. Let me see. Do I have that out here? I do. You're looking also at the July contract. Give me a moment here to take a look at it with you. And I would imagine this is looking really exactly the same or very similar. In the case of the Kansas City wheat out here, it's up towards the top of its weekly profile. But really, if you look at the daily, the same kind of pattern out here where you see just simply a series of higher lows out there. So yeah, looks like those two vehicles are poised to continue that higher lows and higher high type of movement out here. Let's go take a look at, since it's so quiet, let's take a look at some things that are moving inside the market, see if there's anything that we can learn here. Let's take a look at the lending tree, TREE, see where it is headed to. Let me also go ahead and put lending tree into my other system out here. So in the case of lending tree, here is what we know. Lending tree, if you take a look at where this thing found some resistance, so I don't know if they were out with earnings or what it was earlier this morning, but what you can see is that price got right up to the top, or the bottom, I should say, of its weekly profile. I'll spit it out, don't worry. That's 296.72. The actual high today, 297.05. So it's rejected that. It's really just trading in between the bottom of the weekly, top of the daily. So I don't know if this thing is just consolidating here and inside that range, the range being 276.32 to 296.72 out there. There is support, additional support inside of lending tree is at the 263.13 level. 263.13 is Stevie's red line. Now lending tree, if it's going to continue another leg lower in the market out here, it will need to get below Stevie's red line. 263.13 would do the job, but then it's going to go attack the May 2nd level out there. But at this stage, just kind of trading in a range, even though it's the leader in the clubhouse, to the downside. Ticker symbol there, again, TRE. That was a daily time frame chart that you and I were taking a look at. Let's go take a look at Enanta Pharmaceuticals. What is this doing? So this is moving off of the highs out there with a bit of volume. Let's go take a look at ENTA. See if this made any kind of topping signal here yesterday. And it did. That topping signal being actually a Tom DeMark sequential count. That is the blue number 13 on my screen out here. It's trading right now actually at 114.08. My chart will eventually catch up to that. No idea why it's not, but it's close. 111.17 is its next stop on the way down. That is Stevie's red line out there. If it gets below Stevie's red line, the real Tom DeMark signal, there we go, I knew it would catch up. You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have to close, and this is below 108 in order to effectuate a Tom DeMark sell signal, sequential sell signal out there. So that is ticker symbol ENTA. Let's see what else is moving here to the downside. You've got Stryker Corp. Stryker Corp down with 4 million shares. Well, that's with some major volume yesterday. So Stryker Corp, in this case, suggesting that it wants to go target the bottom of its weekly profile, 153.76. Let's go see what else I can find. SYK, by the way, is the ticker symbol if you're following along at the home game. And I doubt that it's a hammer candle. I think there we go. Yeah, it's really breaking through an important level of support. Today, this is a daily time frame chart. That important level of support is the low from the trading session of May 9th. That's 165.01. So it closed below 165.01. Your 164.58 says, hey, I want lower price. Lower price is always going to be the prior swing point. That's where your target's going to be, and that is going to be the April 6th level out there. Just like a gun target or a dart target, goes right to the bullseye. In charting, our bullseye is the prior swing point. That's what we go take a look at. Just immediately, your eyes can go right to it to know where price is headed to. Now, maybe it's just going to be a retracement, in this case here, from low to high, but that is your target. The ultimate target, when you take that target out with conviction, wide price ranging bar, accelerating volume, says, okay, it's like an Eagles tune, taking it to the next level. In that case, the next level would be to the downside. So it looks like you've got more movement to the downside for Stryker, SYK, being the ticker symbol. Let's finish this off by taking a look at things moving to the downside. Let's go with Raytheon. RTN is the ticker symbol. Let's see if RTN has given us any type of topping signal out here, similar to a Tom DeMark sequential system. This is the daily time frame chart. The answer is no. This thing really is in what looks like certainly a consolidation at the highs and maybe a bit of a consolidation at the lows. The key is going to be the swing point from May 23rd. The low of that is 206.29. Let's go compare volume. See what, although it looks like pretty decent volume compared to that swing point. That swing point here I was referring to had 1.7. You're at 1.9. So the next area up looks like for Raytheon. Well, I take it back. See, this thing had moved higher with about 2.8 million shares out there. So the volume's going to be similar. It's possible that Raytheon is just consolidating. Here's, in essence, your consolidation area. If you see a move below the bottom of that level, which is really going to be 205.59, then you're going to make, or it's going to make a run for the 196.94 level. But so far, Raytheon holding the consolidation, so to speak. Well, folks, we're going to have 2 minutes to go when we come back from this break out there. If you did send me an email, which doesn't look like anybody has, well, I'll figure out what to do with the last 2 minutes. No problem. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 15, S&P's up 4 points. If we check in on the S&P, something that's looking very good here for the bulls right now, as we check in on the Invesco S&P 500 equal weighted ETF, you know how badly I wanted to say that. That ticker symbol, by the way, is RSP. And what we can see here, that's trading at 104.50. That's not what's important. What's important is it's trading above the swing point, the closing swing point high from March the 9th out there. Like we talked about, these swing points, they kind of act as elevators. That's why you target, when price gets above one swing point, it's likely headed to the next, because elevators typically don't stop in the middle. They do on occasion, and sometimes price will stop in the middle on occasion too. Usually just some type of retracement or other completed pattern here. But in the case of the RSP, it's taken out its previous highs out there. Where you can see in the S&P 500, the SPY is struggling a bit. What does that mean? That means all the troops are equally doing the work to move higher versus some of the weighted components in the S&P 500. That always bodes well for the bulls. For some reason that I can't determine, I sort of can determine, but no reason to blow smoke up somebody's skirt out there. It's that when the equal weight just simply leads the way. It provides you with a signal as to what the market really wants to do. Now, we've got a slight divergence because the QQEW hasn't taken out its previous highs out there. That's that red horizontal line, whereas inside the Qs we know that it is. So you've got some divergence going on. But look, the thing that trumps everything, I wish he wasn't president, because then I could easily use the word Trump, and it's not just means, you know what I mean out there. I mean, that what's really going to be important out here is where that global flow of capital is going. And right now, it's in the U.S. markets, specifically the Russell, into the NASDAQ 100, into the S&P 500. It all bodes well for those markets. Folks, thanks for being here. Stay tuned. Your favorite polar bear, my favorite polar bear, David Whitey's up next. It's Tuesday. Tom O'Brien, 3 to 5, Andy Heck, 5 to 6, and Stevie will be back with you on Wednesday. Take care.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the TAS Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the TAS Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profile So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN, the Tiger Financial News Network. TFNN Headline News Update.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming live from TFNN headquarters in Clearwater, Florida, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. 2 hours left to go in the trading day. Let's check in on the markets as all the major indices in the green right now. S&P futures positive by 4 points, trading at 2787. Dow Jones positive by 1 point, trading at 25,322. And the NASDAQ leading the way up 47 points, trading at 7707. We'll start things off with a little bit of news. So Tesla coming out that they are going to cut 9% of jobs across the company. This news just coming out about within the last 15 minutes. So Tesla will cut 9% of its workforce, mostly focused on salaried positions as they try to cut the costs and try and stem some of the money that they are spewing. And to jump over and see how Tesla is trading, Tesla currently... That is not an active chart. What is going on there? We'll pull that one up. But Tesla, let's see how Tesla shares are trading right now as we get over there and jump into that. Tesla. Tesla shares up $12 and not too much volatility on that news just yet. We'll see if that plays out. Let's jump over to the Nadex platform, check in on some of those futures markets with 2 hours left to go in the trading day. NASDAQ 100 at session highs as we speak, currently at 72.40. S&P 500 just off session highs, currently trading 27.90. Highs of the session just under 27.94. Dow 30, a little bit of a different day in the Dow as really session highs right at the open. We proceed to trade lower, and from there we've just kind of been bouncing around with lows of about 25,320 and only 12 points above those levels, 25,330 currently on the Dow. Crude oil with some volatility as well was up above 66.60, approached $66 at one point. These are 5-minute bars we're looking at. 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we had a little bit of a negative acceleration. Oil currently trading 66.28. Gold contract with volatility as well, just under 1,300, call it 1299.66. And Bitcoin trading a bit lower today, 67.25. Other news to look forward to. So AT&T, 4 p.m. Eastern Time today, expecting a ruling with their merger with Time Warner. And if you want a front row seat, you can pay a line sitter at $36 an hour for a front row seat at just under $1,000. Pretty interesting in that they don't allow phones, so everyone in that room is going to find out, and we'll find out a few minutes after that. Stay tuned. David White coming up right now. Tom O'Brien, Andy Heck this afternoon. Have a great Tuesday.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless,